Well, hello, welcome to Double Talk. I'm Mark Steffen.
Michael Mandel, we're doing Scotch. But that's it for the accent, because Mark does it way better than I do, and I want to muss my hair out.
And even I'm not going to attempt it today.
So did we want to start with these Scotches are stuff that you're not going to see
in very many stores.
Normal. They're not blends. This is Mortlach, which you can't usually even find. You can't even see it because it's so dark. It's
from Scotland.
They're all from Scotland. But the only place I ever saw it up until 2 weeks ago was in Scotland.
In Scotland, yes.
And this one was at Kelly Liquors.
Strangely enough.
And it was aptly rare. Let's start with this since it's rare, and we'll work our way sideways. I don't know how to open these things because it's Scottish. Is that upside down?
Oh, yeah, they do everything backwards down there.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it's got a cork. They all do, don't they?
Yeah, they do.
Just like a real bottle of Scotch should.
Yes.
These are single malt Scotches.
Yeah, that's all you want, right?
To begin with.
Yes, we have the whole show to drink them.
And so, yes, and as you know, we taste something on the show every week.
Yeah.
Something, either a cocktail or an alcoholic variety, and today it's single malt Scotches. We have 3 of them. And
Mortlach is a distillery, apparently no longer in business, but you know what they do? They leave over their casks, and other people buy them and relabel them.
Those things are valuable.
So, Slangeva. Got to smell it first.
Man. That's good stuff.
It's got lots of flavor. It's got that burn on the tip of your tongue, because I don't think you can get past my tongue. It just stays there.
I'm feeling it down here now.
Yeah. The reason we're drinking this is because it's cold outside. It's cold and rainy.
We're shooting today on a cold, rainy day.
Yes. So we needed this, and it gave me a good reason to wear that hat. Aren't you glad I didn't give you that much? What are you up for next?
I can always get seconds. I'm not worried. That's very good. You said you got this at Kelly. Look, did they have more of them on the shelf?
Yeah, maybe 2 more.
Maybe 2 more, and the cost was?
Oh, about $120.
$120.
Yeah, so you can go pick them up unless there's a run on them. Now, because of the show, there'll be that. Were we going to work up, or this was in the middle no matter what,
yes,
right?
Let's just do this one.
You know where I got GlenGarioch?
GlenGarioch.
This is an antique because I got it at Celebrate on Telshore.
Really?
Yeah, I got it because...
Which no longer exists.
No, not the one at Telshore, but
yes.
It still exists. This one is a double barrel. It's got bourbon and sherry casks and a hint of oak. Well, it would have it because that's where bourbon and sherry are in. It's not like it's...
casks.
It's not like it's in plasterboard. The next one is. The next one is.
No, it's not.
This one, and obviously I don't think I had this for a while, but this one has a great bite to it, mostly.
This doesn't have the nose.
You don't smell the sherry and bourbon casks?
It's not as assertive in aroma.
I think it's going to be assertive on the back end.
I'm sure it will be.
Oh, we'll show the picture of it. There it is, along with my water bottle. What do you think? Well, look.
Interesting in its own way.
Are you going to say, I'll drink that? I drink that.
I would drink that. I would drink both of them.
It's got a more even flavor. I'm not sure. It doesn't have that buttery, butterscotchy thing that this has, sort of a honey butterscotchy.
Did you get this one in Scotland, Michael, when you were there?
Yes, I got this in Scotland when I was on the Telshore at Celebrate.
Oh, yeah, that's what you said. That.
Oh, yeah, that was a while.
You said that already.
That was like 2 drinks ago. So how would you remember?
That's true.
It's 2 drinks back.
Well, I was sorry to see that liquor store go.
Me too.
But they sold their liquor license to Sprouts.
I was
They
glad.
didn't sell it; they're leasing it to them.
You're supposed to make the best of when people get rid of their liquor license, because they were selling things for really cheap, and I got some weird things. Not this. This was before. This is while they're still in business.
Yes. Yeah, Sprouts doesn't sell things like this, though, do they?
No, they don't.
They don't have much of in the way of liquor selection.
This, I can't remember. Oh, I know why I got this. Edradour is a great distillery in Scotland. It's the smallest one in Scotland. We have a bottle of Edradour in a Chardonnay cask, which is the most ephemeral flavor. It's just so light and wonderful. So I want to try something different from this distillery.
Yeah, why not?
It's called the Caledonian thing. the guy who wrote some poem called Caledonia.
The poem was on the back, part of it anyway.
Yeah, he forged the taste. But Edradour is a really cute little still. It's in the middle of a small, is it a glen or a dell? Which is the one that goes down?
That's the Dell, I think.
The
Did
Dell.
you get this in Scotland when you were there?
No, I got this at this place called, I can't remember, Kelly Liquor.
Kelly Liquor too. Well,
I was looking for something interesting, and
lo and behold.
No, I got this at Specs.
Oh, Specs in El Paso.
Yeah, I think so.
That's the best liquor store in the area.
Pretty much.
For a variety.
I don't think they had Mortlach at all.
I'd be surprised.
This has a great bottle too. It's great blue. You never see that color blue on a Scotch bottle. You see that on rum bottles, right?
Well, this is the bottle.
Yes, but this is
the
nice light
box
blue.
it comes in.
Look how it sort of matches.
So here we go.
You might think it has blue liquor in it.
I'm liking it, laddie.
It's more complicated. It's got like herbal flavor, like sage and greenery.
See, these kinds of scotches are meant to be sipped and savored.
Right, and they're meant to be complicated.
You don't pour
people
Coca-Cola
kick them back. Yeah.
on top of it.
No, you don't pour Coca-Cola or anything. The most you would do is put a little water in, and that's only to open up the flavor.
Just on the rocks.
Especially
Just give me 2 ice cubes.
if you have those peaty ones, you want to open up the flavor.
Yes.
Oh, and this is so Scottish. It's even got twill.
Well, anyway, so I recommend all three of these scotches. They're single malt scotches. They're expensive scotches, and
You should spend money on your alcohol. Makes it worthwhile. Makes you appreciate it more.
Makes you sip it more
drink
slowly.
slower.
You do.
Actually, most of these, their makeup is such that you have to sip it slower, don't you? You know, if you were
you
to
would
kick
enjoy
it
it
back,
if you didn't.
No, it'd be ridiculous.
Yeah. Now you know what? You think cowboys would like these scotches?
No.
Because they like the Crown Royal and
They like their bourbon.
Yeah, they like the whiskey.
Bourbon is softer,
And
easier to drink. It's sweeter. This is not sweet. It's got herb and peat. And
I bet Dwight Yoakam would like this.
Oh, yeah, you're just yoking with
And Dwight's going to be here this weekend at the Country Music Festival, you know.
And he's bringing royalty. King Leg.
King Leg will be there.
He's a king.
Randy
of Leg.
Randy House with Sawyer Brown. That's a big name.
Did you get your tickets to get in?
Rick Trevino?
You didn't get that, huh?
I'm still working on it.
Trevino, there's an Italian cowboy.
Oh, yeah, Rick Trevino. He's pretty big. Frankie Ballard and...
How much does he weigh?
Brennan. I don't know Brennan. Brennan.
You
It
know the
sounds
other guy?
Scottish.
You know Frankie Ballard?
Frankie Ballard.
Ballard.
Sounds familiar, but I can't place him.
Because you know the Ballard brothers.
Well, you know, I do enjoy country music.
You do?
I do.
Well, that's where we differ.
I'm a big
That's
fan.
the only thing we've ever differed on.
I like classic country, frankly. The stuff from the 50s and 60s is my favorite.
You mean Jody S. Bach? That kind of classic music?
Not that classic.
Oh.
Classic country western. And but you know, some of the Dwight Yoakam, I like most of Dwight Yoakam stuff too. I really do.
My wife likes. I think she likes country music.
Sure.
A little.
But
you
you
know why?
married her
Because they're
anyway.
love songs. Yes, we ignored that part. We were in New York. We didn't have to listen to country music ever. You know, there's a toll booth there, and you have to pay a toll, but you also have to answer whether or not you like country music, and they keep you out if you do.
Michael, at Madison Square Garden every year they hold a great big rodeo.
Yeah, but they come in from helicopters.
No, they don't. They bring those horses and
They
cattle
let the
in.
helicopters there. They come down on their little lassos. Yeah, that's
how
how
do
they
they get
do
the livestock in there?
on little lassos.
Really?
They just lower them down.
And
New York's like that.
yes. So look,
Madison Square Garden.
so that's going on this
Doesn't even
weekend.
exist anymore.
Saturday.
What? You mean now?
Saturday, all day Saturday until what? 10 o'clock at
It's over
night.
at Hadley Square, right? Hadley Street.
Yeah, in the Mearshide Fields there. There's 2 stages set up.
It's interesting, you know, we haven't done big things there for a while because they got away from doing that.
The Country
They
Music
said it was-
Fest had been downtown
Yes.
for several years, and it was in the spring when it was real windy. Now it's here in the fall when it's very rainy.
We'll see what, well,
Let's
we'll
hope they
see
don't
what's
get rained
happening
down.
today, once today gets here.
Yes, if they don't get rained out, go on down there. It should be a good time. And over there at Hadley, this is the first year they're having it over there at the Hadley City Center.
It's a big space.
It is. It's a very big space.
You wonder how they figure out how to do these things.
That's where they used to have the 4th of July.
They did, man. Those were good.
bands would show up and do the fireworks there, and they finally moved it out to
They
the Field
moved
of
it.
Dreams
They did.
out in my
I
neighborhood.
guess you need a little bit of space, but not that much space.
So anyway, it looks. If you see either one of us there, come up and say hello.
You're not going to see me there. Don't worry.
Oh, that's
don't
right.
look for me. Just look for Mark.
I'll be there without.
He'll
Mark,
have a little thing
Thankfully.
that says media.
probably.
Hopefully, he
And-
doesn't pass out.
Hey, you know, it is election season. People are voting now.
It
Early
is?
voting
Wait.
is in place.
Really?
Have you voted yet?
I didn't set my watch to electric season. What time is electric
It is.
season?
Anytime.
Did you vote yet?
No, I
Is
haven't
that the
voted
question
yet.
you just asked me?
I asked
You
if you'd voted.
you like to get in line on the last possible day. I will go before the last possible day.
That's one of the few rituals I take part in, is voting on election day.
And burning clothes in prayer so that you get good grades in school
I don't do that.
anymore.
No, I just cheat off the guy next to me.
Well, that's how it works.
Yeah. So, and in keeping with the topic of elections,
Oh, are we keeping with that? I'm eating peanuts here.
there's the election for Congressional District 2, which is here.
Yeah.
The whole southern part of New Mexico is Congressional District 2. It's one of the largest districts in the country, and we have two people running.
Only two people for someone with so much square footage?
That's it.
Wow.
Xochitl Torres Small is running as a Democrat for.
Actually, her husband is small, but he's actually tall. And Sochi is Torres, but she's not very
small.
bullish.
She is small.
Yeah.
And she's running against Yvette Harrell, who's a Republican. Now, she's been, Harrell has been accused of avoiding debates. She refuses to debate Sochi in any manner.
Did you ever see Sochi or hear Sochi speak?
Yes,
She's really good.
I have. And so Harrell is avoiding the thing. In fact, in the League of Women Voters Voters Guide,
Did they have nothing down for her?
Harrell refused to submit to that.
So does that mean she doesn't support women?
She doesn't seem to support herself.
If you've seen Sochi, Sochi took an interesting stance by coming out with a shotgun in her ad.
Yeah,
And
she's a hunter.
Both she and her husband.
They like to hunt.
Yeah, Nathan Small.
They were hunting
are hunters.
doves.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it doesn't hurt anybody.
But
Unless-
Sochi grew up in northern New Mexico in a hunting valley.
Do you remember the Children's Theater in Mesilla Valley?
Yes.
With Constance, remember she did that? So I taught Sochi in that class. She was in that.
Sochi was in your class?
Yes, I taught her everything, nothing she knew.
Yeah.
I was going to say everything she knows, but she knows quite a lot.
But not everything you know.
No, but she's now a lawyer, so she knows everything my wife knows, I guess.
Yes, she's specializing in
Water
wildlife
rights.
and water
rights.
Yes, water rights.
Anyway, that's good. It is good. I don't want to say who I'm for. Certainly, I support my students, though.
But anyway, I understand that there could easily be a beer shortage in the near future.
What?
Yes, a beer shortage.
Whatever happened to Trump to cut Social Security benefits and health?
We expect that to happen.
Right, because the people who need Social Security have plenty of money, and if people need Medicare, they're running in money. But the rich people, they're the ones who need the break. Aside from that,
Yeah,
there's
there's a
not
beer
going to be any beer to make people who are mad at the government
and why?
complacent.
Beer is made with barley primarily. And the barley fields are suffering the effects of climate change. And barley's dying off, apparently. It's not doing well.
That's sad. But they just keep moving it further north.
And so barley could easily,
Actually, prices should go up about 15%.
beer will go up 15%.
They did say at some point it'll be twice as much. It's really beer. So get ready to be drinking Scotch, which is also probably made from barley and hops and the same stuff.
And rye.
And what they do to make...
Rye
Could
wheat.
be. But what you do for Scotch is you take the beer mush, that's only about 6% alcohol, and you distill it it goes up to like 60%.
Oh, yes.
And then you water it down.
Then you got the real thing.
Yeah. So this is the way of the future. You don't use as much...
Scotch instead of beer, folks.
Yes. Go
And
fast.
so we're going to take a break right now.
So we could drink more Scotch?
We're at the halfway point. Yeah, we will drink more Scotch.
Halfway point.
And when we come back after these words.
While beer is still cheap.
I think I would like to try this one again.
That'll be another $20.
Well, I don't...
Hi, I'm Cheryl Burke, and I have a confession to make. I have a serious crush on my workout. Hip, fun, and always a challenge. Jazzercise is the total package. It's the only workout that I've ever truly loved. Does it show? That's because I'm in the best shape of my life. What a difference Jazzercise makes. When's the last time your workout swept you off your feet? Find a class near you at jazzercise.com.
Celebrate, celebrate, Fiesta Motors.
Come and see us today and discover why our service is second to none. In business for over 17 years, we have the right car for you. When you buy a vehicle from Fiesta Motors, we do everything possible to ensure your satisfaction. Located at the corner of El Paseo and Main. See you there.
Celebrate, Fiesta Motors, where buying a car is always a celebration.
Call Mark Goldstein, the Safe Money Guy, at 575-556-2472 to learn about innovative strategies now available to help you grow, protect, and preserve your money and financial future, regardless of market conditions.
We're back here watching Double Talk right here on the Las Cruces channel.
Protect your financial future, according to the last ad. It's
a good idea.
You're going to have to, since we're going to have Social Security and Medicare cut.
Yeah.
I need Medicare.
Yeah, you do.
Well, once my wife quits, but.
You're going to have to go back to work, Michael. There's no getting around that.
What do you mean, back to?
Back to work.
What did I used to do?
That's a good question, but you're going to have to go back to it.
I got to go back to it, huh?
Whatever that was.
Oh, yeah. Tilt in the old... Oh, he didn't drink his we're doing another one of
We're having seconds
Mortlach.
of Mortlach, laddie.
Mortlach.
Which you would like it is fine.
We're loving it.
And, hey, you know...
Once you start drinking scotch, it gets easier.
Yes, to do the Scottish accent?
No, both. Yes. To drink it and to...
And to drink it.
What's that Xochitl? Is that some sort of mezcal?
Yeah,
or is that a label? Oh, so beer shortage, we're on to City Council.
Well,
whoa!
The Las Cruces...
You were just speaking about money, weren't you?
We were. The Las Cruces City Council have just decided that they're going to just magnanimously give $50,000 to the film shooting here in town, Walking with Herb.
Whom?
It's a faith-based movie that Ross Marks is directing, based on a Mark Medoff script, which is currently shooting.
Written by Joe Bullock, originally a book by Joe Bullock.
He wrote the book and co-wrote the screenplay, apparently.
And they were shooting the movie over at his bank, First American.
Mm-hmm. And it takes place on a golf course, a good half of it. And they're shooting
and that's
out of
over at Red Hawk.
Red Hawk Golf Course. Of course, they have to curtail the outdoor shooting
now,
thanks to weather. But I'm sure they have a cover set over there at the film studio that they can use while the weather is incremental.
Just put a big scrim that looks like the sun behind it, right? And because that's what the magic of theater does in film.
Green screen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, just a big picture of. I guess green screen would be good, but that means you can't wear green. I heard
that's true.
I heard that he wore a lot of green, so he could be on the green, and nobody would notice him.
Well, they gave $50,000 to the film production. The film production came hat in hand, asking for $50,000.
Hat in hand.
And and the city council tripped all over themselves to give them this money. Although three of the commissioners decided not to.
At first. And
the people had no say. It's tax money going to pay. This film is not helping the economy. It's drawing from the economy. The whole idea of attracting films.
Oh, now you argue. Why don't you go to city council and argue that? You could stand up and argue.
Bring films here that are going to stimulate the economy. How do you stimulate the economy when you beg for money from the city council, when you don't pay your extras?
How do you do that?
You get them to work for free.
You're in the film business. You could be able to answer that question easily. Oh, you don't? You mean you're not helping the community?
Listen, no one's worked on more low-budget films than I have, believe me. And I have nothing but sympathy for the low-budget filmmaker. But
there's a point.
Ross Marks is on Film Las Cruces, which is the organization here to bring films to Las Cruces to help the economy.
But apparently we don't have to worry about our tax money going to the city and to films, because concurrent with that, city utilities are going up 25% for their water charges. So who else gets cut? Oh, those same guys that are taking a hit for Social Security and Medicare.
Wait a
Those
minute.
guys, the people who pay taxes.
Are our water rates going up to pay for the $50,000 we gave to the film?
Not directly, but it would. No, actually, it probably goes to the fact that we don't have any water anymore, so it costs more to pump it. But it is all going to the same place. Now, our money also goes to things down on the plaza, also probably to fund the Country Music Fest. We are an independent, we meaning the city, is an independent maker of entertainment for the city. The pictures of the Prado, you've
Yes,
been there,
yes.
and they're pretty good.
Well, the city's paying for the Country
The
Music
city has to
Festival.
pay for that too. So the
Yeah.
city pays for a lot of things to keep us happy.
Well, quality of life is what it's all about.
That's true. But
Yeah.
so is Social Security and Medicare.
Well,
Quality of life. Although that's on the federal level.
yeah, that's true.
Don't get confused. You don't have to pay your federal taxes, just pay your city
Well, no,
taxes.
the city has bought out other water utilities around.
That's true.
I live just north of the city limits. We had a different water utility. Well, the city has since purchased that utility, and now I have city water. And they've been out tearing up the streets in my neighborhood. They put in a fire hydrant. We never had a fire hydrant in the
Where's that
neighborhood.
picture? You had a picture of the
Yeah.
corner.
They finally fixed that.
Okay.
They fixed the
We don't
thing.
have to complain about
It took
that.
them 3 weeks to fix
One
the
less
hole they
thing to
dug.
complain.
Yeah.
You're lucky they still haven't put stripes on any of the streets. Solano was repaved. Missouri was partially repaved. They all have those little reflectors sticking up.
Yes.
But they don't really serve the same purpose as lines.
Stripes.
Yeah.
I can drive with or without. I'll go either way, Mike.
I know, I've been driving with you. It makes me a little nervous. You don't care where the lines are. I'm paying for both sides of the road
That's
anyway.
right. I'll take my lane out of the middle.
I think this is doing its job.
Now, George Lopez, speaking of the film, Jorge Lopez, he's one of the stars of the film Walking with Herb, and he's in town shooting the movie, of course, along with Edward Olmos and several others. And he got into a little kerfuffle over there at Hooters Sunday night watching the football game. Oh, some guy was heckling him about Trump and crazy.
You know-
Both of them behaved
Rough.
in
Yes,
a little immaturely.
antagonistic. The thing about Hooters, it's meant to distract you from things like politics. You're looking at sports, you're looking at your food, you're looking at Hooters.
Yes.
And then you do that cycle over and over again. You don't look at the guy next to you who is trying to insult you and the fact that you're not Anglo like he is.
Actually, TMZ ran the story. Somebody sent them the footage.
Yeah. Can't wait to watch my TMZ channel.
That's one show I don't watch.
We almost interviewed him, right, George Lopez?
We did.
But we interviewed who instead?
Paul Rodriguez.
Say we interviewed somebody.
Yeah, it's on our other show.
Yes.
So anyway,
So George Lopez, it's cool though.
Okay.
He's making news.
don't back down, George.
Do you think Walking with Herb is going to get a lot of people from Canada?
Herb? Oh,
Herb.
because they
'Cause it's
legalized
herb.
marijuana.
Herb. How do you pronounce herb?
Herb?
Herb.
There's a herb
It's
and there's
H-E-R-B. Herb.
That's right.
It's the herb.
And yes, I'm not urban enough to.
That's your problem. That's because you left L.A. when there had riots, and that's the best time to be urban.
That's true.
You get more TVs that way.
Now, speaking of urban, we have a problem that a lot of our urban cities have.
Can I borrow some money?
Panhandlers.
Could I have some money?
Oh, you
I
take a
have to-
check?
No, I have not from you.
No.
I have to pay off this. I have a mortgage on my house.
I believe it. Now, panhandlers, they'd outlawed panhandlers working in traffic and being on street corners back in the 90s, it was. But now the ACLU has said that's
Illegal, yeah.
You can't not
Free-
allow
free
them to
speech.
do that. It's freedom of expression or whatever you want to call it.
Advertising. They're just advertising.
Holding a sign, that's freedom of expression and speech and whatever. So now
What did Chris see?
it's
Or
no
did-
longer
Yeah.
illegal to be a panhandler in Las Vegas.
Finally, now I go back to the job you want me to go to. Isn't
Yeah.
that what you want me to go back to work, right?
If you don't mind.
Okay.
No,
Now I can.
Yes, our producer saw a woman holding a sign up on Rinconada by Walmart.
This
It said-
might be sexist. I'm not
No,
sure.
it's what her sign said.
Allegedly.
Too ugly to be a hooker. Need money. Too ugly to be a prostitute.
She didn't spell. Why would somebody go and spell prostitute when you can say hooker?
Well-
hooker's a lot easier.
She's,
That's why I say Hooters.
So she's
Because
literate.
you can't say the words. He's illiterate.
So I'm always suspicious of people with a clever sign.
Because they're too smart to be poor. If they're smart enough to be smart, well, who knows? He has a picture of her. Did you ever? Okay, 3 minutes. We got 3 minutes to get that picture here from his phone.
Okay.
Anyway.
No, speaking of, again, the election's coming up.
I like how you break these up.
Joanne Ferrari and Bev Courtney are running for New Mexico House of Representatives, and they're running against each other.
2 women running against each other? I guess that's what's come to that, you know?
It has come to that. Joanne's been on the show before. She's a friend of the show. And,
Yes.
And Bev Courtney, she's...
We don't know anything about her, do we?
We don't know a lot about her,
Personally.
but her stances. She was the head of the Tea Party in Las Cruces.
Really?
Yes.
So
she's
we
pro-gun.
should invite her on to drink tea.
She's
and
in
scotch?
favor. She's in favor of mentally ill having guns.
That's a good thing. Most of them do.
Yeah, and abusers of their wives. She's in favor of them having guns too. Because to take them away would be a bad thing.
I don't want to say anything about
according
that.
to the NRA.
Because you think, yes.
So anyway.
Well, who would you vote for?
Good to see you there, Joanne. Well,
yes.
I've had her on the show, so you know that I'm
You
biased
know both
toward
of
Joanne.
them, yes. Well, we go to parties with her.
And so, anyway, and she's so pretty.
Joanne.
Yes.
The other ones, well, we don't want to say anything because then
we don't know her.
If we're not going to say anybody's name, Horseface. We're not going to call anybody Horseface, right?
Well, no, we're not going to do that.
Because I do have a quote here.
But
we
Joanne
only have 2 minutes to go.
Joanne is as nice as she looks in person.
Yeah, she's very nice.
Now, the Vatican Cultural Center is holding a thing downtown today. Yes, they're calling it a cultural bazaar, and they're going to have exhibits and
Isn't it from
displays from all
South
cultures.
American bazaar?
All cultures
like Guatemala
that are down here. No, I think it's Southwestern.
Really,
cultures.
I thought
Native Americans and the Hispanic and the Anglo.
Guatemalans are Native Americans because they're from the Americas.
The Americas,
yes.
yeah, South America, Central America.
And my favorite coffee comes from Guatemala.
No, does it?
Yeah, Huehue Tenango. Spell that in one word.
And we want to say goodbye to Kate Mott.
Yes.
Kate Mott. She ran NPS Studios downtown on Main Street.
She's a great supporter of a lot of things in
political.
This town. Political.
She had a lot of political
artistic.
Meetings in her place.
And Carol Spinney. You know Carol Spinney?
Yeah, he was.
Does that hit a...
He was Big Bird, yes.
Voice of, he's still alive, but he's retiring. After like 50 years of playing Big Bird. So,
and Grouch.
Not to diminish.
The Grouch, too. He did Oscar the Grouch.
And for having a girl's name, even though he's a boy.
Carol?
Yes. No, Spinney.
Spinney's
a girl name.
So, with that, we're going to have to say goodbye.
And drink scotch on our own.
I think I'm going to sample this one again.
Yeah, we'll sample something.
Thanks for joining us here on Double Talk.
Have scotch. It's easy to make.
You have scotch, we'll travel.
Yeah. Music by Ray Sular. I'm just going to read all this stuff. Chris Sular was our producer and director.
Solar.
This guy, Solar?
Solar, man.
They're not married?
Solar. Don't you know
Are they married?
The name of your own producer?
Sular. It looks like Sewell.